Hello friends, welcome to another episode of Thoughts on Education, an initiative by College Dunya. Today we have with us Professor Madhavi Mehta. Professor Madhavi Mehta is a fellow HRD from Auxiliary AHRD, a teacher, trainer, researcher and consultant in OBHR for over 25 years. She has been with Institute of Rural Management Anand, IRMA, since 2000. Her current areas of research interest are leadership, collective enterprises, change management, and interorganizational relations. She has also facilitated several training programs and courses at master's and doctorate level on change management. Currently, she is the chair of Executive PGDM RM program of IRMA. She is also a director on the board of large milk producer company. So ma'am, my first question to you is, what are the factors that make the program PGDM RM at IRMA the best for the students to opt?
There are several, but I wouldn't like to focus on what's unique about our program PGDM RM. That is the village field segment. This, also known as fieldwork, is something which has been part of our program right from its inception, and was designed by the renowned anthropologist Dr. Leela Dubey. The VFS is a unique one because our course would really like our students to look at the rural not as a market, which the mainstream B schools would essentially look at. We would really like our students to look at the rural from the perspective of them being producers. Let me share a recent experience. Last weekend I just returned from the mid VFS visits. Our junior batch is currently doing their field work, and so I visited a couple of villages in South Gujarat and in Maharashtra. So let me share these two experiences of these two villages in the southern Gujarat. There's this village called Dagadpada, which is kind of last village of Gujarat, almost on the border of Maharashtra. It's a tribal village, and 3 of our participants are doing their VFS there. They are staying with the sarpanch and her family at her home. The girls are actually trying to explore forward market linkages for the bamboo artisans there, and the girls are really happy staying there in the village, even though there is very poor internet connectivity. So our VFS actually helps the students to embrace the rural rather than be worried about the problems and challenges that the rural faces, like poverty, like lack of infrastructure. These are the problems that one would really focus on the moment one starts talking about the rural. Whereas I was very happy to see that these participants were not much worried about the poor internet connectivity. In fact, the 4 hours or so that I spent with them, they were really happy. They actually took me around the village, also helped me interact with the artisans there, showcase the kind of produce that they have come up with. And so, that is something which I consider as really unique about our program, which makes the students look at the rural as producers rather than the consumers or the market for organizations. That is something interesting about our program, and I think the students would really like it. The prospective candidates would really like to explore this element of our program.
So ma'am, what will you say are the best practices in the course that you're offering?
I think best of both the worlds is a phrase that kind of captures what our students are put through. Like if I have to take example from the courses that I teach in the OBHR area, so while the students learn about the rural in terms of, through the cases that we discuss, many of the cases come from the best of the B schools in the world, but the cases also come from context like non-profit organizations, public utility organizations, and that many of these cases are developed by us at IRMA, IRMA faculty members. And all the three courses that I offer are all they all end with online simulation. For example, the course on individual and group behavior that I facilitate, the participants also do the famous Everest simulation, which is designed by and offered by Harvard Business School Publishing. And so through this simulation, the participants actually get an opportunity to apply the concept that they have learned about team and leadership through the IGB course. Similarly, in the course on organization structure and design, they also experience another simulation where which gives them an opportunity to put in practice what they have learned about how organizations have to be structured and how organization structures evolve.
So, ma'am, my last question to you is that how did you train yourself and the faculty members to deliver this program to the students?
You'll find that majority of the faculty members here at IRMA are doctorate in their own domains, which means that they have already done research and a lot of reading in their own area. That kind of gives them a strong footing to an academic career. In addition, when we are here, all faculty members will find are involved in a lot of other activities besides teaching. These include training the practitioners, researching on our areas of interest, and also providing consulting services. So when we provide consulting services, these are also opportunities for us to try out what we really talk about in the class. Similarly, when we are training the executives and practitioners, we consider that also as an opportunity for us to learn about what's happening in the field. And so it's a two-way kind of a process. And so you'll find that research, teaching, training, and consulting, these actually enrich each other. So this is one way in which we prepare or kind of rejuvenate ourselves to offer the best to the students. In addition, many of us also go for training programs and workshops where we acquire understanding of new knowledge that's getting developed. We also attend conferences where we interact with other researchers, academicians, and practitioners. So these are some of the ways by which we prepare and rejuvenate, reskill ourselves as faculty members for offering the courses that we facilitate.
So with that, we come to an end to this episode of Thoughts on Education. Thank you, ma'am, for taking out time to speak to us about PGDM RM program at IRMA. I'm sure the students would gain a very valuable perspective about Institute of Rural Management, Anand. Thank you.